Hello Year 11s, this here is the revision wall and I'm just going to make this video to quickly talk you through it and how it works, and it is something that you might want to take advantage of when it comes to doing your revision, which you're going to be doing quite a lot of over the next couple of months. Now the central piece of it is this poster here, revising the facts, where it's got lots of little tips on there about why revision is important and different ideas of what you can try when it comes to revising for your GCSE. Now if you look, and if I move out you can see, it's got lots of threads on it leading to some of the examples there I talk about. So for example here, one of the threads here talks about using flashcards, and if we follow that thread all the way up, there's some examples there of some flashcards that have been made on the Black Death, and it's something you might want to use when revising. And this example here talks about what the Black Death was and little sort of bits of information you might put on whilst making flashcards to learn about the Black Death. Now as you know, there's lots of different stuff you will need to revise when preparing for your GCSE, and this here is the list of all the different topics as part of the GCSE, and it's broken down to Germany and medicine, and all the way down are all the different topics. And you will notice as well the deliberate mistake I made with the spelling of medicine. So on here you can see all the different topics of what you need to do, and in this bag here are little cards with them on, and it might be that one day you decide, oh I think I know everything, so you come up here and you take one out. So for example this here, 19th and 20th century, the development of public health systems, such as the stuff found on paper 2. So you might decide, right, I think I know everything, I'm going to test myself on that. So this here is our PLC, our personal learning checklist, all the different topics that you will need to know for your exam. Now as you know, for your GCSE, the exam is the most important part. As part of the revision wall, there is an example here of a past paper, as well as this, the different types of questions. Now you know that you're always going to have a briefly describe and explain and a 8-mark which was more important, etc. question. Now on this wall here, it tells you what is expected for the questions. So have a go at using some of the past papers. In time, there'll be a lot more different examples on there. So you can look at the past paper, look at how the exam's laid out and different questions. The revision wall also has tips on how to revise different things you can do. So for example, there are lots of different individuals, as you know, you need to revise for. So one of the things you might want to do is a fake book profile. You've done these in your lessons, and here's an example on the revision wall of one for Ambrose Paré, and the different sort of things you might want to include on it. You can do these and you can adapt this sheet for all the different individuals you need to know about. Another tip for revision on this revision wall is using things like Duff-Poe and Lamb. You're all familiar with Jürgen the Lamb as a way of remembering different planning. Planning ahead is crucial when it comes to revision. So on the revision wall, there's an example of how to do a revision timetable. Let's take the month of April, okay? 2 of those weeks you're going to be on your Easter holidays. So use something like that to make a revision timetable. I'm not saying you need to spend every day during the Easter holidays revising, but if you plan ahead, think, well, I want to do this on that day, I've got this trip organised, I'm doing this, and just plan when you can do little bits, because as you can know, there's so many different subjects you're going to have exams for. You don't want to leave it all to like the week or so before. Plan ahead, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day, whatever you can manage, okay? But that is way more than doing nothing and leaving it all to Year 11. This here is the revision wall. I want it to be not a moany thing, but a really useful tool for revision, a useful tool for you to use in your lessons, in intervention after school, or in your spare time at break and lunchtime. Okay, the room is always open if you want to come in and do half an hour during the lunchtime and try some of the things to do. Okay, not long to go and you can do it. Bye.